Oh my God, what is going on, everybody? It's a Friday for me. This year at this time, it's a Friday. If this video actually stays online for long enough, maybe people will see it later and they'll be like, hey, it's not a Friday, what are you talking about? Fact check, censorship, stop me from talking about whatever I feel like, blah, 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 cancel culture. How about cancel calendars? Like, you can't say it's Friday when it's not Friday. Fuck you, man. Roll back the days. Edit your video. Stop saying that shit. Are you assuming my weekend? Man, I've had so much of this nonsense lately. It is crazy. I'm trying not to get hit by cars. Out here driving with one hand. Yeah. Ah, yes, I'm biking home from work. How's it going? Welcome back. Thanks for sticking around. I'm glad I haven't lost subscribers lately. That's cool. I actually saw a couple new subscribers. I'm not exactly sure where or how I'm getting them, but I appreciate you coming. On this channel, I basically talk nonsense. This is my vlog. This is a personal vlog. This is basically whatever comes to mind on the day, inspired by whatever has happened. I just ran a stop sign. This guy's probably like, what the fuck is this kid doing? And I say kid all the time, but a lot of people don't even know how old I am. I just don't act my age, so they assume I'm young. Assume. A lot of people making assumptions. Assumptions and judgments. That's what I want to talk about today. Ass you and me. Actually, just ass you. Because, okay, so let's talk about vaccines. Ooh, gonna get myself fucking canceled now. I actually don't want to talk about them. I want to talk about how people judge and categorize based on details. Let's just call it details. So we all know that racism is a categorization. We all know that religion is a categorization or description, but it's a detail about another person. These are related to people. We don't look at cats and dogs and accuse them of being racist, even though they have their own race. So when dogs chase cats, you don't call the dog racist. Am I fucking lying? Does it make any sense? How about this? This came up today. I work with a nice lady. She's a bit short. Cute and short. But she was asking me to grab something from a top shelf, and I looked at her, I say, why don't tall people ask short people to pick up stuff from the ground? It's hard for us to bend down and pick it up. We gotta reach up high for you, you can reach down low for us. That's fucking fair. So then what am I supposed to say against people that are like discriminatory against height? Do we get to categorize people by that? Come on. Grow up. Categorizing and describing people and discriminating against people using things like that is just a function of insecurity. A function of ignorant insecurity is all it is. So let's move to another significant sort of medical discrimination, which is exactly what's going on. People are being medically discriminated against in certain countries, here in Canada particularly recently, where people are being banned or barred from entering or dining into certain establishments as deemed by the government as safe zones, or whatever you want to call it. You have to be vaccinated to be inside and partaking in whatever business it is. You have to be vaccinated to give business, to participate in e-commerce. Commerce. What the fuck? I saw guys talking about the law today about how that's against human rights. You can't be discriminated against for your medical or religion, and they're right, that's true. But I also think that Private property owners, which is what a business is, they're private property. No establishment is public. You can be kicked out of an establishment for any of the managers or owners' reasons. They have every right to protect their property from whatever it is that they deem essential or necessary, or whatever is in their policies. That's up to them. It's private property. You do the same thing with your house. You can kick anybody out of your house, or anybody gets into your house that you don't want there. That's breaking and entering. Read the back of a ticket stub the next time you buy one, or the contract that you sign when you pay, that there's all these stipulations in place when you agree to pay and enter the premises, that the property or owner or whatever it is that puts on the event has certain authority, and that's the agreement you make when you partake. Okay, so there's a difference. If you're at the park, public park, sidewalk, whatever, that's public space. That is something that you can defend against. So if police were asking you to leave the park because you didn't have a mask on or a vaccination or whatever, you couldn't be in the park without one, then you'd have a case, I think, from what I understand of the laws. I think certain businesses, I don't know the details here, but this is the detail that I need to figure out. Details. When you hear one person say it and it makes sense, it doesn't make it true. Please, for the fucking love of God, put your thinking caps on. Be critical right now. This is really important, because this is like a slippery slope, or what they call a straw man, towards worse infringements on freedom. Some countries already have more and some countries don't. Canada doesn't have freedom of speech. There's certain things here we can't say because it's protected or has been legislated against. But the US, they do still have it. So that's an important detail. But if you don't know the exact rights, don't listen to everything online. Don't even listen to me. Fact check what I'm saying. Please get used to fact checking, because that's how rumors start. And that's why we can't have nice things. But it is important to figure out, like, what is going on. You don't, like... So anyways, to go back to something that happened today, I started getting judged and commented against because I got both vaccination doses as suggested by the government, and now I get a pass. I get to go do these things, and whereas the people that were arguing are against the whole forced compliance, government, conspiracy idea that, you know, the vaccine's gonna eventually kill people because it's DNA altering or whatever the fuck their argument is. I don't know about that shit. But whatever is going on, whatever the vaccine is, I got it, and to be honest, I'm not really for this compliance thing. I never was. I was already always on the side with these people that were criticizing me today, always saying, like, yeah, you need to stand up for your rights. Yes, we need to understand the law. Yes, you should be able to resist the law enforcement or security or whatever it is. You should be able to do that with your rights in hand and defend yourself, for sure, because we need to maintain our civil liberties. This is something we're giving up if we don't argue. But at the same time, when I heard that they're going to enforce this, I fucking know that the majority of people in Canada are sheep. They just re-elected Justin Trudeau, for fuck's sake, so that's a sign above signs. And the old saying goes, if you can't beat them, join them. And if you're not in the majority right now, you don't have a fucking chance of resisting this authoritative type of swift action. You're gonna need to do it, because there are not enough people on the same team to stand up against authority, to fight back, to make any kind of a fucking difference. Because if you could make a difference, if any of these groups could make a difference, it would have been made already. But there's no change. I don't see protests every day. That, what's that most recent one? The no farmers, no food. I see stickers on everybody's car. You know who benefited from that? The sticker company. I saw like 20 different copycat companies making orange shirts because of the natives. You know who got money because of that? The shirt company. It's not a real protest. People argue online all the time, and that's not really doing anything. It's a damn crime, is what it is. Let's try not to get run over. Yeah. I'm surprised I can actually ride my bike with one hand as well. That's all right. That's the building again. Someone's gonna geotag me and be like, I know where this motherfucker is. Like, yeah? And you don't know what I'm hiding in my secret pockets. So don't ever come fucking approach me. It's not right. It's not legal. That's called stalking. Stay where the fuck you are. So anyways, yeah, so like I'm totally against this discriminatory type of thing because, like I said, it's civil liberties. We should be able to do what we feel like that's safe and not affecting anybody else. And there's the caveat. That's where these like emergency whatever type of legislation that got put in place, and you know, same thing with like the Patriot Act because of 9/11, you know, they swept all these types of like security breaches into policy so they could spy on everybody just because. Why? Because they're using all the data for marketing. Marketing and advertisement spend so much money and time and energy trying to convince the world to go buy something new and be part of something new and subscribe to this and like that, and then they divide everybody into different groups so you don't have enough power to fight back. That's what they're doing. Divide and conquer. Read history books. Divide and conquer. And that's exactly why I ended up getting the vax, because I might as well join them, because I don't want to be restricted from traveling. I don't feel like being stopped when I go to the grocery store to buy my food. What are they going to restrict you from eating? They won't allow you to farm on the land, not even if you own your house. As far as I know, actually, you might want to check that one. They can't, like some places you can't collect rainwater to drink. And where do you get your water from? The city. You pay the taxes to the city. And how about this one for a knocker? If you don't agree with the vaccine and you're resisting all of this kind of stuff, do you pay taxes in your country? Well, guess what? You fucking paid for the vaccine. You paid for the ability of other people who made the choice to get it. They can go and eat it at McDonald's and you can't. And you just allowed them to do it by paying your taxes. That's gotta burn. That's gotta burn something good. Fucking system. So the thing that got me today is somebody was talking about how this lawyer's fighting for people's rights and all this kind of stuff. And I said, well, I don't listen to the media or regurgitated media because it just comes off like propaganda. And they turn around and said something like, oh, propaganda is how you ended up with a second jab. So now I'm getting discriminated against because I have the vaccine and they don't, and they fight against it and I'm not. Really? That's how we're gonna go down that road now? Well, they're a stranger and I don't know who the fuck they are, and personally I don't give a shit. I get to go eat where I want and you don't. Thanks for paying for my privilege. I don't know what else to say. Like, it's ridiculous. We shouldn't be discriminating or judging against anybody else for whatever choice. Shit. You want to talk about choice and judgment? Look at what's going on to people in Texas, the women in Texas. Want to talk about discrimination and like laying down a law against something that doesn't make any fucking sense at all? Oh my God. People need to relax. Let people do what they want. Fuck. I heard Joe Rogan talking about that recently too. He was sitting down with Tom Segura and they were talking about how men should have no fucking say in what a woman does with her body. Because if it was a man's body and we had to deal with something like, oh, you know, say you're married to a woman, she wants to have babies, you develop testicular cancer, but you could still get her pregnant, and somebody wants to remove your balls and she says, no, you can't remove your balls, I want a baby. Are you gonna let her tell you what to do? Think about it now. Think about it long and hard. See what I did there? Get it? Testicular cancer, long and hard. Dick, come on. Fuck off. I'm frustrated. This is a different kind of video. But this is the real me when I hear shit that doesn't make any sense. People just being stupid. Maybe not even stupid, but emotional, and they're not thinking clearly. They're not thinking big picture. They don't have the whole story. They're nitpicky based on their insecure, ignorant feelings. And then everybody else becomes an enemy. If you don't say what they like, then all of a sudden you're on the shit list. Well, I got lots of toilet paper, so let's go. Bring it. I bought all my toilet paper in 2020 when it started. Still got leftovers, motherfucker. 3-ply. Want to taste? Yeah, it's annoying. I don't want to run into anybody like that because my circle of friends is going to get real small real quick if they keep doing that. I'm not going to be answering to dumb shit. And I don't care who they are. You could be longtime family, you could be business, you could be friends, you could, I don't care. There's just, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much noise in the world already. I'm just not into it. Not having it, not even for a second. I got better things to be doing with life, whatever's left of it. And as a counter argument, this dude online was like, oh, your family, blah, blah. I'm like, how does this motherfucker know I have family? Don't assume my family status. Like, making it sound like because I took the vaccine, I made a joke about it. Well, if I took it and I don't survive, then you guys can make an example of my case. And then this asshole started making fun of my dying and putting a burden on my family. What an asshole. On top of that, this conversation is taking place on a different friend's page on his Facebook, which is a stupid thing to even say out loud, I realize. It's so dumb, fighting on Facebook. But I asked my friend, I'm like, look, you're just gonna allow this person on your Facebook or whatever to like laugh and make fun and be condescending towards me? And I've known this guy for like a long time. He's like, hey, people are frustrated. What can you do? It is what it is. I was like, really? So you're just gonna stand by and let people be disrespectful and like make judgments and like jokes about dying and all that stuff against a friend, a person you call a friend? Bullshit. I have never seen so much fucking narcissistic two-faced behavior in my life. We'll stand up and preach a message to all people who are listening, but then as soon as it matters, you just back down because you want to support the audience. Come on, man. Give me a fucking break. Stand up for something and be consistent. And if you watch this, like, I'm being for real. That's how it feels. That's what it made me feel like, if you want to know. It made me feel like, in one breath, you're like, oh, come for the weekend, don't be depressed, we'll hang out, and then the next fucking 20 minutes, in the next 20 minutes, someone's disrespecting me right in front of your face, and you're like, it is what it is. You're so full of shit, dude. Give me a fucking break. Building an audience online to look like you're really standing up for people, then when you have a chance to stand up for someone, you back down like, whatever. Yeah. Spinal column like a jellyfish. It's okay, I don't need that shit. And as a wise man once said, it is what it is. So I can leave it. I've been involved in one too many useless fights recently that I don't have to pursue that one. I just know who people are because they wave their colors like they're proud of it. June. Sorry, I'm not making fun of gay people, but I just swung the joke together. Waving flag colors, June, never mind. I'm gonna get canceled for sure. I don't trust drivers either. So anyways, that's it for me today. I'm really frustrated with all of this stuff. I'm gonna just let it be. And before I get run over, I'll see you guys next time. Fuck.